Good morning, students. I wish you all a happy new year. Plato has once said, the beginning is the most important part of the work. Catherine Pulsifer has encouraged us by saying that every day is a chance to begin again. Don't focus on the failures of yesterday. Start today with positive thoughts and expectations. So, dear students, let's take resolutions in the new year to do something good, positive and creative. With this beautiful thought, let's begin today's class of English. Welcome back again after our winter vacation. Today, we will go through the poem of your literature book, that is Honeydew, on the Grasshopper and Cricket. This is a very interesting poem composed by the poet John Keats, who is known to be a very famous nature poet. So let's know about this poem. And as we know that this is a poetry based on nature, and there are two important characters chosen by the poet in this poem, that is the grasshopper and the cricket. Let's know how they contribute to the society and how they give us a lesson. We should take some lesson by their activities. In this poem, the poet expresses the beauty of nature. He says that the music of the earth is always alive. During the summer, all birds get tired due to the heat of the sun and take shelter under the shadow of trees. It is then that they stop singing the songs. The poet says, even then the song of nature can be heard. At that time, the grasshopper sings songs flying from one garden to another. He leads the way and sings the everlasting song of nature. During summer, he enjoys the pleasure of singing. When he gets tired with the fun, he rests beneath some weed. The poet elaborates that the poetry of the earth never ends. During the winter season, in the silent frosty evening, the birds stop singing songs. However, at that time, the cricket begins to sing and spreads the warmth of joy everywhere. The people who are half asleep feel that it is the grasshopper's song which is coming from the grassy hills. Through this poem, the poet sends the message that the nature is beautiful all the time, irrespective of the season. So, in a similar way, we should be joyful in our life and be happy in all situations, whether the conditions are in our favor or against. In the poem on the grasshopper and the cricket, the grasshopper is a symbol of hot summer and the cricket is a symbol of very cold winter. So, let us see as per the stanzas. In the first stanza of the poem, it is said by John Keats that the poetry of earth is never dead. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run from hedge to hedge above the new mown mead. That is the grasshoppers, he take the lead in summer luxury he has never done with his delights, for when tired out with fun he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. The poet has found great beauty and poetry in spring and fine weather. The poet John Keats finds nature beautiful in all the seasons, including hot summer and cold winter. The poem is of 14 lines, also called a sonnet. Generally, the 14 lines poems are called sonnets. In that, first 8 lines ask the questions and the 6 lines talks about the answers. But here, in both the stanzas, the poetry is written as by speaking about various seasons, 2 seasons, summer and winter, and it is said that how in different conditions also these insects are happy, and he is also encouraging the human beings to be happy in all the conditions. Then only the life will be easier to us. In this poem, the poet conveys his belief that nature always inspires a poet to produce poetry in its different forms. For John Keats, seasons may change, but nature never ceases to inspire and sings its songs. When the birds stop singing in the heat of summer, the earth sings on. The birds take refuge in the trees' shade and go silent. In the midst of the storm, a voice runs from hedge to hedge, taking the lead and singing delightfully. The grasshopper's voice is heard here. He sings incessantly, but when he gets tired, he lies down beneath some pleasant weed. The bird can also be found during the harsh winter months. Let us see the second stanza. The poetry of earth is ceasing never. On a lone winter evening, when the frost has wrought a silence from the stone, there shrills the cricket's song in warmth increasing ever, and seems to one in drowsiness half lost, the grasshoppers among some grassy hills. Birds also stop singing in the dead of the winter. There is a deathly silence that seems to have engulfed nature. Frost spreads in its blanket over all elements of the nature. Despite this, a sharp sound emanates from behind the stones, and it is the cricket singing. The warmth that had been lost is restored by the cricket's song. When people hear the melody, they believe the grasshopper is singing from the grassy hills. So, dear students, this poem encourages us to be happy in all kind of situations in life, whether the situation of our life is good or bad. Otherwise, we'll lose hope and our life will be spoiled. So we should always try to be happy and to be hopeful in reverse situation also. Then only we can be able to lead our life in a positive way. So this was the theme of this poem, which is a very beautiful and famous poem of John Keats. We should read it and aloud at home and correct our pronunciation, and also increase our vocabulary sense by learning new words which are given in this poem. And whenever we will give suggestion to somebody, if the person is not happy or in depression, we can talk about this poem, how it gives us encouragement to fight against the bitter experiences. Only 2 word meanings are given here. You will learn it. And the question answers are also given. Very few question answers are given. I'll be sending you the solved ones with the help of the PDF, and I'll also send you the summary of this poem, which will help you to understand this poem once again. Like whenever you will go through this poem, go through the summary also, then you will be able to understand each and every line's meaning and how the lines of the poem connects with the situation of our life. So dear students, I hope that you have understood this poem. Go through the summary once again, which I'll send you. And once again, I would like to tell you that read the poem aloud at home. with a correct intonation, pronunciation, so that our English will be improved, and you will also learn the vocabulary and use them in your writing. So going to end my class here. I hope you will write the summary in your copy as well as the question answers. Take care of yourself. Stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.